I think he wants to achieve two things. The first one is that he is a long-lasting proponent of the cooperation with the Indo-Pacific, so it is not a new thing for him to come to this region. And the second thing, obviously, is that the United States has become a challenger for the European Union, and as we have a challenger, we also have to find some allies. And I think that many countries in ASEAN could be a suitable candidate to be allies for the European Union when we have to deal with the United States.
What can the European Union offer some of these key countries in the region?
So we have a market of 700 million persons here in Southeast Asia. It is the most dynamic market that we have in the world today. Of course, China is a big market, but recent figures coming from China are not so promising as they used to have to be in the past. So automatically for the European Union, if we have to find a new region where the European companies can have a good deal with, it will be the ASEAN countries.
Can I ask you about Vietnam? This is one country where there seems to be a big overlap. President Xi was there recently, the Chinese president angling for greater business in Vietnam. We know that a lot of products come out of the Vietnamese market. What does it mean for Europe in terms of Macron also scheduling a trip to that particular Southeast Asian nation?
Yes, you're right. The President Xi was there. The President Putin also was there in Vietnam. So the two heavyweights in the region have paid a visit to Vietnam, and Vietnam is balancing, because Vietnam cannot take one side. So they will balance with China, it will balance with Russia, and it will also balance with the European Union and the United States. For the moment, the United States is running the biggest deficit with China, and the second one is with Vietnam. So automatically, for Vietnam, the American market is a very big market. Can the European Union replace this one? I'm not so sure, but it can help in order to do so.
Professor, is there a direct challenge here from Macron to Trump? Because the view really was that President Trump wanted the Europeans to focus on security in their own backyard versus being much further afield, which sort of conveyed the thought that, look, Asia may not be as significant to nations that it had been previously. So is this Macron directly challenging Trump about the approach to the geopolitical landscape?
So for the geopolitical landscape, France is obviously a small country compared to the United States. However, France is also representing the European Union. So the European Union is a big challenger also for the United States. If the European Union can maintain a unity, if they can maintain a common standpoint against the United States, against China, against Russia, in that case, it can play a role. But if they don't have a common standpoint, and especially the relationship with the UK is interesting, if they can bring the UK with the European Union, in that case, it is a force that everybody has to respect.